All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. All right, peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Quran, man. All right, coming at you, man, with a beautiful lesson. All right, doing a little something different. All right, mainly putting my face on camera this time. Starting to do more of that. All right, because like the scriptures say, thy eyes should see thy teacher. Okay, and as brothers I already know, you know me from GMS Memphis. All right, I'm currently not affiliated with the GMS camp, but I still give double honors and respect unto the elders and apostles and brothers of that camp, man, because at the end of the day, that's who I learned from. All right, that's who taught me. Okay, and they teach the 100% truth. Okay, with this lesson that I got queued up today, uh we mainly got you got that shooting that happened at Tom Lee Park, all right, with the girl mainly getting shot in the back. All right, you have the other shooting that happened on Bill Street as well. All right, that was like 2-3 days ago. You had another shooting, all right, in Spring Break, right, doing Florida. All right, and excuse me, I got my little seed here. You had that shooting that pretty much happened in Florida as well too. So it's just the Lord is really turning up judgment. It's not about to be a long lesson, okay? This lesson just pretty much just going into how the Lord is known by the judgments which he executed, all right? So this is Psalms chapter 9, all right, starting at verse 16. It say, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands, man, all right? And one thing about it, man, our people are supposed to know judgment. It tells you that in Malachi. Okay, I got Zephaniah holding. All right, Zephaniah 3 holding. But let's go ahead and get Malachi the 3rd chapter, 1st verse. All right. Or it's Micah. I think it's Micah. Micah the 3rd verse. Go to Micah. Yo, Micah chapter 3. This is Micah chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It said, and I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob. All right, and Jacob is you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, man. You're the Lord's chosen people. All right, the Lord gave law, statutes, and commandments and ordinance unto you. So it's up to you to upkeep the rules and regulations that the Lord have committed unto you, man. All right, the Lord have gifted unto you, if you want to be real, because the Lord deals not with any of these nations. He don't deal with these other nations. All right, he only dealing with Israel. Okay, so it tells you that ye princes of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment? Okay, is it not for you to know judgment, man? All right, there you know that, man. It's your responsibility to be in tune with prophecy, to be in tune on what time it is, man. All right, and as you can pay attention to the signs and the times, heavy judgment is coming to this place, man, aka Babylon, aka Egypt. Heavy judgment is coming to this place, man, whether our people know it or not. Okay, let's go ahead and get that Amos, right? Let's get Amos the 3rd chapter. This is Amos chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It say, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. Then you know, man, that we are in that spiritual Egypt as well. Because like Revelations 8 and 11 tells you that their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right? And Egypt meaning bondage. And this place is bondage, man. Everybody is one check away from being out on their ass, man. But guess what? There's prophecy. That's eventually is going to happen. All right? More shit is going to happen to America, man. And the reason why is because this place is ruled off wickedness. The Lord don't deal with this shit, man. It say he angry with the wicked every day. And he mean that. Okay? The Lord mean that. So going back to Amos 3 and 1, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, when I punish you, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Like the Lord said, and can two walk together except they agree? So the Lord's going to punish Israel for their iniquities, man. All right. And it seems like every time our people have a sense of trying to have fun, the Lord come through with the judgment, man. Because you're supposed to be at your nearest city. You're supposed to be listening to the prophets, man. Okay? You're supposed to be paying attention. You're supposed to be in tune, man. Locked in, so to speak. But if you ain't doing that and you doing this, you know, you just doing thy will in the world and you just only having a care for enjoying pleasures in life, then a person like that, you being in the spirit of that mindset, you ultimately going to get judged. Because that ain't the spirit that the Lord is on, man. All right? Your life supposed to in line with the ordinance of Yahweh Shema Shai, with the plan of the Lord. All right? So let's not lose the point. Let's go back to Psalms 9, all right, and read verse, where we at? Psalms 9, starting at verse 16. It say, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. It said, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? So, man, hey, if you forget the Lord, man, and it's mainly talking about Israel, because only Israel, you know, only the Lord care about Israel. So for Israel to turn their back on the Lord is a sign of disrespect. All right? And therefore, the Lord will judge our people. Okay? Now, I do have this video queued up as well, too. Okay?
A young female, we're still looking for the age, is recovering tonight after being shot in the middle of Tom Lee Park. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. The shooting happened around 3:30 this afternoon. Our Raven Copeland has been on the scene for the last hour and joins us now live with the very latest. Raven, what do you know?
Well, Greg and Stephanie, I can tell you this remains an active scene. The shooting happened around 3 o'clock. And again, Memphis police say that a female was injured at Tom Lee Park after she was shot. We've heard from Memphis police that 2 people were detained in this shooting, but they have not said that anyone has been arrested for this shooting. Now, in the meantime, WREG has heard from witnesses who say teens were participating in senior skip day at Tom Lee Park when an unknown gunman fired shots which injured what they say is a teen. Now, this shooting happened just days after a 14-year-old was shot in downtown Memphis, and a witness tells your news leader she's fed up with the gun violence.
It's always innocent people get hit. How is that fair? If y'all can do the stuff, stand, you know, just go for it. We're taking all of us out with you. It makes me sad. I love Memphis, but, you know, how can we have any fun if everybody's got a gun and everybody has to be stupid?
And again, once again, there was a shooting at Tom Lee Park. We do know that a female was injured. Witnesses say she was a teen, shot in the back, taken to the hospital in non-critical condition. But there are still questions about who was responsible for this shooting and what led up to the shots being fired. We are working to gather those answers and those questions for you, and we will bring you an update at 6 o'clock tonight. Reporting live from Tom Lee Park for your news leader, Raven Copeland, WREG, News Channel 3.
A young female.
All right, and there you have it, man. You know, it's always something, man. You know, what a beautiful time to be alive, man, because you know the Lord's judgment, hey, you know he's known by that judgment, man. And every morning he's going to bring it to light. So let's go ahead and get that Zephaniah 3 and 5. All right. The Lord is not playing, man. He's not playing with our people. You know. This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It said, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. All right, and I'm currently reading out my KJV Bible, all right, with the Apocrypha, all right? Get you one of these, man, all right? Zephaniah 3 and 5. It says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will do no iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust, right? The unjust knoweth no shame. And what does that mean? All right? What does that mean, man? Okay? I got it in Psalm 16, pertaining to the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed, right? And I've got it in the AI overview. Okay? It say the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. Psalms 9:16. It said it means that Yahweh Shai reveals his character, his righteousness, power, and justice through his acts of divine judgment. It indicates that the wicked are often caught in their own traps, demonstrating that the Most High justice is orderly, righteous, and self-executing. Okay? Because like the scriptures tells you, right? Let's go ahead and get it. This is Deuteronomy. This is in the law, right? And you also got one in Samuel as well, too. But this is in the law. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. It said, I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Okay? Now you know that, man, when the Lord, man, called his hitman on you, right? His spiritual hitman pertaining to the angels, all right? Because the angels excel in the strength of the commandments of the Lord. You know, they on go, man. All right, angels don't have no emotions. So when the Lord send those spirits that be created for vengeance to attack you people, man, hey, they gonna complete the job. All right, they're gonna complete the job, man. Okay. And it tell you that the Lord's judgment is orderly, you know? Then you know, man, that long suffering that you people take lightly, hey, it's not what you think it is. Because the Lord is not just some punk just sitting in the back waiting for you to just do what you gonna do, and he ain't gonna act on judge, you know, pretty much demonstrate his judgment on you, right? So let's go ahead and get Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. All right? Excuse the background noise, you know. Baby, shh. Chill out. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right, so it's fully set in a person to do evil. You know, you like a badass child, man. If don't nobody say nothing to you, you'll be able to just get away with a lot of shit, man. And that's why we call Israel, right, the ones that's disobedient. That's why they are classified as 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Because they would be considered those disobedient as children that pretty much don't learn their lesson. All right, the scourges don't move them. The judgments, the horrific events that the Lord put our people through don't move them. Okay, so that's why the Lord's gonna intensify the judgment. He's gonna turn it up, and eventually, man, it's gonna be nowhere you people can hide and escape. Okay. And this is Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear Yahweh Shai, which fear before him. All right? It ultimately shall be well, man. All right? It should be well for those that fear the Lord. All right? It should be well for those that fear the Lord, man. But for those that don't fear the Lord, heavy judgment is going to befall upon you, man. All right? Heavy judgment is going to befall upon you. So this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 in the God's Word translation, JW. It says the need for swift justice. That's a good title. It say when a sentence against a crime isn't carried out quickly. What is the crime? Sin. What is sin? Transgression of the law. Eating pork, lining up your hair, committing adultery, more behavior. All these things you get judged for, because guess what? If you are Israelite, a Negro, Latino, Native American, and Indian, all these things go against your inheritance, man. They go against the Lord's order that he have gifted unto the nation of Israel. So we're going to be judged swiftly than other nations because the Lord upholded required us to have righteous conduct. And whenever we don't fulfill our end of the bargain, then ultimately, man, we get judged. Baruch 4:1. Whenever we decide to depart from the laws, statutes, and commandments, judgment will fall upon us. It says the need for swift justice. All right? It said the need for swift justice. And then I'm going to edit out right here, you know, point made. It says when a sentence against a crime isn't carried out quickly, people are encouraged to commit crimes, all right? So they encourage themselves because they ultimately want to live that lawless lifestyle, right? It says a sinner may commit 100 crimes and yet live a long life. Still, I know with certainty that it will go well for those that fear Yahweh Shema Shai. And because they fear him, but it would not go well for the wicked. They would not live any longer. Their lives are like shadows because they don't fear Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? So ultimately, man, hey, the Lord pretty much got their number. All right? He got their number, man. And he know those. He know those that don't fear him, man. That don't trust in him. All right? That's why he's going to judge a lot of our people. A lot of our people is going to get judged. All right? Let's go Amos 9 and 10. More judgment is going to befall our people. And Lord willing, I'll do a part 2 on this as well. All right? This is Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people should die by the sword, right? Which say the evil should not overtake nor prevent us, man. So a lot of our people is going to die by that sword, which, you know, that sword is a killing instrument, which the Lord is going to use Esau, Edom, right? The self-proclaimed white man, all right, to rain havoc on Jake, man, through martial law. Because eventually that's what's going to happen, man. All these shootings, all these things that's going on while the National Guard is currently here on American soil, man, hey, it's going to intensify, man. Things are going to get more heated, all right? So that's all I have. Hey, I'm going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect. All right, Shalom. Until next time.